I get asked a lot about sales, selling, making consult calls, getting new clients, all that good stuff. And so I decided to put together like a mini series of tips around sales conversations. And this video is about tip number 1, which is all about creating the right intention when you go into a call. Now, whether you're new to me or whether you've been following me a long time, I have always had a lot of challenge when it comes to sales and selling and making offers and all the things that we get kind of beat over the head regarding sales and growing our business. And I have a very high touch business. I'm super into relationship building and having an intimate relationship with my clients and really getting in to understand who they are so I can do my best work in guiding them, building strategies, and extracting the perfect message that's going to make them excited about what they do, as well as connect with and resonate with their ideal client. And so in working in sales, it's kind of always been a challenge because, and I'm going to be perfectly honest here, I don't know if you do this, but I get in this kind of free consulting mode where I really want to start actually doing the discovery and understanding who they are, because I know that that's like what makes me happy. That's what lights me up. And so I've been working on that and getting a lot better at focusing on helping them create clarity. And some training that I've been going through recently has helped me do that a lot. And so this particular tip is about creating the right intention before you even get on the phone or on a Zoom call with a prospect. So regardless of how they got to you and booked that conversation, whether you're meeting them in person or virtually, it's super important for you to have your head on straight going into the actual conversation. And the reason why I say that is we bring in a lot of our own money issues, stories about our worth, our value, all of these different things, of these already going on conversations and limiting beliefs that we have going into an actual sales conversation. And if you're in a business where you have kind of like that high touch relationship and you are selling you, not a service per se, so you're trying to build that relationship, build that trust, it can be really challenging when you have all that baggage and you bring it into that sales conversation. I am so speaking from experience. And I'm, the first one to admit that this has been a struggle for me. So one of the things that I've learned is to, first of all, be aware of that. Okay. So when you are ready to go into a conversation, haven't you ever had sales calls where like you were just having a really good day, you were in a great mood, things were going good, you didn't have any stress or worry that particular day, and you got into a sales conversation and you were just having a good time. You were helping them, get some clarity, you were asking great questions, they were giving you lots of information, so you're getting to know them, and then you ended up walking away with a new client. And then there are days when you get on that call and you're like, oh, I know they're going to say no. And so like you're looking at all of these preconceived notions around what's going to happen on this call. Uh-oh, I feel a sneeze coming. I got a sneeze on a video. Thank you. If you said God bless you, thank you. There may be another, because they always come in series. Ooh. That reminds me of another story that I'll save for another time. But anyway, getting back to intention. So on those bad days when you come in and you have that sales conversation, you feel like, oh, they're not going to buy from me. All of these things you're like already setting up before you even get on the phone or on that Zoom or meet them in person. And so when you deliberately set an intention to have as neutral and almost like you're indifferent when you get on that sales call, like you're not hanging everything like, oh, I got it. Like if you're feeling money pressures or whatever, like I got to make this sale. I got to close this guy or gal. I got to get them in my program. I got to get this engagement and whatever that is. If you come into the call that way, you will be projecting that energy onto your prospect. They'll pick it up, and then there'll be something that just won't sit right with them. They won't be able to put their finger on it, right? And then they will probably say, you'll get all the objections like, I want to think about it. I got to talk to my spouse or my partner. I got to run this by the committee. That's really not in my budget, and on and on and on. You'll get objections and you wonder why. And so it's like, okay, so try to keep that slate as clean as possible when you go into a sales conversation. Have an intention to serve, have an intention to start the building blocks of that relationship, have an intention around helping them get clarity. Just help them get clear on exactly what they want and why they want it, and if they're ready to make a decision on actually getting it done and working with you. And it'll also help you understand if you're the right fit or not for them. So when you go in with a more neutral, be Switzerland, right? Go in with that neutral energy and that very positive outlook, and that energy will come through in the call as you have the conversation. So that's my first tip in having better sales conversations.